Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, welcome back to my channel everyone. In here I will explain about tools. One, the ball peen hammer, often termed the mechanist hammer, is a very useful tool aboard ship. The head of the hammer is made of hardened steel. The handle is of hickory or other hardwood. The flat portion of the head is called the face, and the other end is known as the pin. The latter being used for hitting rivets and similar pinning or drawing operations. The hole for the handle is the A. Ball peen hammer are classed according to the weight of the head without the handle. They vary in size from 4 ounces to 2 pounds. Three popular sizes being the 6 ounce for light work, the 12 ounce for general utility, and the 16 ounce for heavy work. 2. The strike pin hammer is used for spreading or drawing out metal in line with the handle, while the cross pin hammer is used for the same operation at right angles with the handle. The claw hammer is used for driving and pulling nails. Hammers with heads made of soft material such as lead, copper, babyit, rawhide, wood, plastic are called soft hammers. Soft hammers are generally used where a steel hammer might mar or injure the work. Never work with a hammer having a loose head. A loose head will eventually fly off and might injure someone. When using a hammer, it should be held near the end of the handle with the face of the hammer parallel to the work. A grip just tight enough to control the blow is best. Keep the hands and the hammer handle from the grease and oil, otherwise the hammer may slip from the grease. It should also be remembered that oil or grease on the hammer face may cause it to slip off the work and lead to a painful bruise. Do not ruin the hammer handle by using it for pounding or prying purpose. Slits or sledgehammers are used for heavy work. They can be procured in both single phase and double phase type. A double phase sledge being sound in 3 and vary in weight from 4 to 20 pounds. B. Screwdrivers. Screwdrivers have 3 main parts: the handle, which is gripped by the user, the shank, which is the steel portion extending from the handle, and the blade, which is the end that fits into the slot of the screw. 1. The standard screwdriver is used for most ordinary work and comes in a variety of sizes. The blade must have sharp corners and fit the slot in the screw closely. Otherwise, it is likely to slip and damage the slot. It is also important that a screwdriver be held firmly against the screw to prevent it from slipping and injuring the worker or the work. The offset screwdrivers makes work possible in thick corners where the strike type will not enter. It has one blade forged in line with the shank, and the other blade at right angles to the shank. 3. The Phillips type screwdriver is made with a specially shaped blade to fit Phillips type cross slot screw. The heads of these screws have two slots that cross in the center. This checks the tendency of the screwdriver to slide out of the slot onto the finished surface of the work. 4. The racket screwdriver is used to drive or remove small screws rapidly. Some screwdrivers have handles made of insulating material and are useful when electrical work is being done. When a screwdriver with an insulated handle is not available, the handle of other screwdrivers can be insulated by wrapping them with tape. Pliers. Set cutting pliers are used principally for holding and bending the material or for cutting wire. Adjustable combination pliers have a slip joint that permits the jaws to be opened wider at the hinge for gripping less diameters. They are used principally for holding and bending flat or round stock. The various lengths and shapes of flat nose, round nose, and needle nose or long nose pliers make it possible to bend or form metal into a variety of shapes, to hold objects in tight spots, and to make delicate adjustments. Needle nose pliers are helpful when recovering a washer or nut from a place where it is hard to reach. Avoid using pliers on a hardened surface, as such use dulls the teeth and cause pliers to lose their gripping power. Do not use pliers for loosening or tightening nuts, as the flaps of the nuts will become damaged. Diagonal cutting pliers have short jaws with blades at a slight angle, as this tool is valuable when removing and replacing cutter pins, and can be used not only to cut the pins to the desired length, but to spread the ends after the pins are in place. They are also handy for cutting the soft wire, which is passed through small holes in nuts and bolt heads to safety them or prevent them from working loose. When diagonal cutting pliers are used, the cut should be made with the throat of the jaws, not with the points, as the latter use will increase the tendency to spring the jaws apart. Once the jaws are sprung, it is difficult to cut fine wire. 16. Wrenches. Fundamentally, the wrench is a tool for exerting a twisting strength, as in turning bolts and nuts. As the majority of nuts and bolt heads are hexagonal or six-sided, many wrenches are specially designed to fit hex heads and hex nut. Open-end wrenches. Non-adjustable wrenches with openings in one or both ends are called open-end wrenches. Open-end wrenches with small opening are usually shorter than wrenches with large opening, the proportioning the lever advantage of the wrench to the size of the work and helping to prevent breakage of the wrench or damage to the bolt or stud. Adjustable wrench. Handy all-round wrench for work is the adjustable open-end wrench, such as shown in Fig. 19. One jaw of this wrench is fixed, the other jaw is moved along a slide by a screw adjustment. The angle between the jaw opening and the handle being 22 An adjustable wrench will not stand the hard usage of an open-end wrench and must be used very carefully. It is important that its jaws be closely adjusted to fit the nut, and it should always be used so that the force of the pull comes on the solid or stationary jaw. Box and wrench. Some box and wrench have 6 inside face or knots, but most of them have 12 knots, as shown in Fig. 21. This wrench being known as a 12-point or double hex box wrench when using box and wrench, and there is insufficient room to turn the wrench in a combat vehicle. It is necessary to lift it off the nut after each pull and then place it back on in another position. In this case, therefore, after the nut is started, it can often be unscrewed much more quickly with an open-end wrench. Socket wrench. Two typical one-piece socket wrenches are shown in Fig. 23. These are heavy-duty wrenches made with 4 inside face for square nuts or with 6 inside face for hex nuts. This type of socket wrench, however, does not have the weight adaptability of detachable socket wrench, a set of which contains an assortment of individual sockets of various sizes made to fit different handles. Torque wrench. One type of torque wrench is shown in Fig. 25. This tool is used as a socket wrench handle in order to exert the desired amount of strain when tightening nuts and bolts. As the torque wrench is pulled, the scale or dial of the tool indicates how great a twist or torque is exerted, and the pull is continued until the desired rating is reached. This is very important in many cases, enabling a workman to tighten the bolts of a crankpin bearing, for example, to the exact tension specified by the manufacturer of the engine, and to make sure that cylinder head nuts are all evenly tightened according to instruction.